Joining us is former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Welcome, Mr. Secretary. Good to see you as always. Gaza is tricky. I'd imagine a moderate Arab state is best to take the lead. How do you see this border peace playing out?
Trey, great to be with you. Yeah, it's absolutely tricky. It's why this has been a problem that's been nettlesome for the world and for Israel for so long. I think there's a lot of progress been made, but man, there's still a long ways to go. I think you're right. What you'll see is non-extremist Muslim nations take the lead. I'm very happy to hear that nations have already agreed to contribute significant numbers of troops on the ground to try to keep the peace there. That's the next step, because you can't get there without disarming Hamas nearly entirely. The Israelis are not quite there yet. There's still work to do. There's still precision-guided munitions. They're still trying to rebuild. Hamas political leadership still thinks they've got a chance. This is going to be an awful lot of work, but you have to begin by blocking and tackling. And I think that's what President Trump's border peace is trying to do.
All right, Mr. Secretary, here's Steve Witkoff on the topic that you know full well, which is Iran. I'll ask you about it on the other side.
The president asked me that this morning, and I don't want to use the word frustrated. It's almost because he understands he's got plenty of alternatives. But it's curious. He's curious as to why they haven't, I don't want to use the word capitulated, but why they haven't capitulated. Why under this sort of pressure, with the amount of sea power, naval power that we have over there, why they haven't come to us and said, we profess that we don't want a weapon.
You know, Secretary, it's hard to negotiate with a country who thinks God loves only them. What do you think is going to happen with Iran?
Trey, these two problems, Gaza and Iran, are not unrelated. We should all remember that, right? It was the Iranians who were funding the massacre that took place on October 7th of 2023. So this regime changing would be fundamentally good for that problem set as well. Look, I hear the president being described as not understanding, but the truth is I think President Trump understands full well. These are not people who are going to give up their weapons. Hamas is not going to lay down theirs, and the regime is not going to cut a deal that's remotely acceptable. They are intent on building out a nuclear program. They're intent on continuing to build their ballistic missiles. They are fully capable of rebuilding their proxy forces. And while it may seem illogical to you and to I at some level, it says, gosh, look at the Armada. They're going to get wiped out. For them, this is jihad, right? This is their prophecy that says, no, we're not going to capitulate to the infidels, to the big Satan, the United States of America. So I'm unsurprised that they haven't agreed to the basic ask we have, which is like just behave like a normal nation. I suspect they will not do that, and I anticipate President Trump will take a response that will put even more pressure on the regime.
All right, Secretary, while I have access to your mind, which is a very good one, let me ask you about NATO. Do you think it's evolving? It looks like it's evolving, and if so, how do you see the future of NATO?
Trey, it's undoubtedly evolving. President Trump should call it 99% of the credit for that. I'd give Vladimir Putin the other 1% of the credit for having created this problem in Ukraine, which lit Europe on fire. There's still now today the 4th anniversary of his full-scale invasion of that country. I think the European nations that lead NATO, right, the big countries with the big economies, can now see that the way they've been doing business for the last 2-3 decades is insufficient for their own security. And so I do see an evolution. I hope they will continue to do that. I hope they'll continue to evolve. The European nations of NATO have to provide a big lift. They have to be the trusted partner that they claim to be. And when they are, I'm convinced President Trump will full-throatedly support everything it is that NATO's trying to achieve. He's about peace. He's about security. He wants partners, but we all need partners that are doing their fair share of the work.
Mike Pompeo, from service in uniform all the way up to the Secretary of State, thank you for your